My name is Lorcán Ó Cinnéide, and I've been on the advisory committee for the Tom Crean since its inception. Simply just to back up and help the magnificent team that has carried out this project from the start. Well, the Tom Crean has come about from a long process which began with an identification of needs. Obviously, the previous vessel, the vessel that it is replacing, the Celtic Voyager, gave many years of service to the Institute, carrying out innumerable days of really valuable research around the Irish coast. When we were considering replacing the Celtic Voyager, we had to take into account, I suppose, the expanded needs of the Institute and of the country. A larger vessel was required, which had more capability, would be able to operate in more difficult weather conditions and out in the deep. And that's how the decision came to be that we would build what's just short of a 53-metre vessel. Following on from that, obviously, the submission to government and the approval by the government of the expenditure of this key piece of marine infrastructure was put through the Department of Agriculture, Food and the Marine. Design teams appointed based on the huge experience of the Marine Institute team in specifying these vessels, exactly what should be in it. It's a very complex vessel, it's a very complex build, it's very advanced technologically. It had to meet the requirements of silent running, for example, which means that when you're doing research that it's not disturbing the thing that you're researching, and a whole host of requirements in terms of how many scientists can it carry, what endurance would it have. It needed to be able to operate up to three weeks at sea. And you are packing all this into, although it's a large vessel, into a quite confined set of spaces designed to carry out fisheries research, which is obviously essential for the fishing industry. You're talking about deep sea submersibles. You're talking about seabed mapping, support for renewables, which is offshore renewables being an absolutely massive area of potential and also of the government strategy. So putting all that together, designing a vessel, sending it to tender to get the best price and the best value for the country, and that contract being awarded then to Astilleros Arman, who are behind me here, which was in December 2019. Then there's a period, obviously, of getting all the ducks in a row, the keel being laid, all the superstructure, all the vessel being built together in sections, and culminating in the first instance in the launching into the water, which was last November. And since then, the fitting out and completion of all that. Specialist teams, of which there are tremendous depth and quality here in Vigo. We've been very, very happy with the shipyard, with the can-do, and resulting now in what we believe to be the most advanced vessel of its kind anywhere. Something that the people of Ireland can be, I think, really proud of as an achievement, and secondly, in a working sense, that will be really effective in carrying out really important research with universities, with the Marine Institute itself, in collecting all this data that we need to do, and being 100% relevant to the future of the country and the development of our marine resource. We think that the vessel is going to be able to operate 300 days a year at sea. When it leaves here, we'll go back to Galway, a very quick turnaround, and it will begin to undertake that research in the next few weeks, with a brief return to port for a naming ceremony somewhere, sometime in the autumn. So it's a huge multidisciplinary effort. It's been supported very strongly by not just the immediate team who are involved in it, but the wider institute, and all the scientists and experts have fed in so that each space in that ship is completely appropriate and usable for their specialities. And we're very optimistic about it. We see it as being a very good thing for the country and a big day for the Institute.